Hi, everybody. I'm Skip Elsheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime streaming show, where we are at some random Airbnb in San Francisco. I had an amazing weekend here. Got to see one of my heroes, Craig Baldwin, at Other Cinema at ATA. Phenomenal. Got to see one of his shows, which was really fascinating and awesome and just this frenetic with energy. If you're in the San Francisco area, I totally recommend going to see an Other Cinema show if he's doing it. Also got to go to Golden Gate Park and do some touristy things. But yeah, so tonight I'm doing a show at the Alamo Draft House, the new Mission, at 7 o'clock. It has sold out. I would say if you're in town, go check it out. But hopefully you are going to be there. So hopefully I'll get to see you in person. I'm kind of excited about that. We are doing another show in Los Angeles on Saturday at noon. I believe it's noon. Yeah. And so we hope to, if you're in the LA area, we hope to see you there. We did do a show at Exploratorium, on Saturday, which was really amazing. It's really easily one of my most favorite science museums of all time. So we've pre-recorded this show, so I'm not talking to you live like I normally am. But, soon enough, I'll be back live. But I just wanted to say that we've gotten some votes for the toe tapping tournament. We are at the final four. So it's people working with data versus zip code song, and keep the promise versus run for your life. If you haven't voted yet, we would love for you to do so. Because those final four, I think, are going to be the ones that we're going to take up against Found Footage Festival, and we're going to beat them again. It's going to be great. Good times. All right, so today's show, when I'm on the road, sometimes I'll do a theme show, and today is the home show. And so what I'll go ahead is just introduce all the films, and then you can watch them. And then I'll be back tomorrow on Tuesday, and I'll have more information for you. So anyways, home show, we're going to start off with Safety Begins at Home, which is a wonderful film, I believe from the 50s. Then this Jam Handy film called Home is What You Make It. And it's, I think it's from the 70s. And I think it's Whirlpool. I should do more research before I do these intros. But it is an appliance manufacturer. And then Color Harmony for Your Home, which is that Encyclopedia Britannica? Beautiful film. And then finally, a good old Church of Latter-day Saints film called Of Heaven and Home. And this is a film that is about home visits and the importance of home visits, especially to those that are no longer coming to church, and how you can get them back into the fold. So it's kind of fascinating to kind of see that. But anyways, enjoy films about the home. Everybody take care, and we will see you again tomorrow. I hope to see you on the comments. Bye. Hi, everybody. I'm Skip Elsheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime streaming show, where we are at some random Airbnb in San Francisco. I had an amazing weekend here. Got to see one of my heroes, Craig Baldwin, at Other Cinema at ATA. Phenomenal. Got to see one of his shows, which was really fascinating and awesome, and just this frenetic with energy. If you're in the San Francisco area, I totally recommend going to see an Other Cinema show if he's doing it. Also got to go to Golden Gate Park and do some touristy things. But yeah, so tonight I'm doing a show at the Alamo Draft House, the new Mission, at 7 o'clock. It has sold out. I would say if you're in town, go check it out. But hopefully you are going to be there. So hopefully I'll get to see you in person. I'm kind of excited about that. We are doing another show in Los Angeles on Saturday at noon. I believe it's noon. Yeah. And so we hope to, if you're in the LA area, we hope to see you there. We did do a show at Exploratorium, on Saturday, which was really amazing. It's really easily one of my most favorite science museums of all time. So we've pre-recorded this show, so I'm not talking to you live like I normally am. But, soon enough, I'll be back. I'll be back live. But I just wanted to say that we've gotten some votes for the toe tapping tournament. We are at the final four. So it's people working with data versus zip code song and keep the promise versus run for your life. If you haven't voted yet, we would love for you to do so. Because those final four, I think, are going to be the ones that we're going to take up against Found Footage Festival, and we're going to beat them again. It's going to be great. Good times. All right, so today's show, when I'm on the road, sometimes I'll do a theme show, and today is the home show. And so what I'll go ahead is just introduce all the films, and then you can watch them. And then I'll be back tomorrow on Tuesday, and I'll have more information for you. So anyways, home show, we're going to start off with Safety Begins at Home, which is a wonderful film, I believe from the 50s. Then this Jam Handy film called Home is What You Make It. And it's, I think it's from the 70s. And I think it's Whirlpool. I should do more research before I do these intros. But it is an appliance manufacturer. And then Color Harmony for Your Home, which is that Encyclopedia Britannica? Beautiful film. And then finally, a good old Church of Latter-day Saints film called Of Heaven and Home. And this is a film that is about home visits and the importance of home visits, especially to those that are no longer coming to church, and how you can get them back into the fold. So it's kind of fascinating to kind of see that. But anyways, enjoy films about the home. Everybody take care, and we will see you again tomorrow. I hope to see you on the comments. Bye.
Well, only Forest Trail, and whose feet can these be? An Indian brave? A pioneer scouts? Daniel Boone's, perhaps? No, it's not a forest, and it's just Bill. Would you think that even walking across his own lawn with the branches, Bill has to be as careful as Daniel Boone was in the forest? See what we mean? Yes, there is adventure and danger in your world every day. But now watch how his sisters and Bill do things safely at home. They are going to give a party. Everybody is busy decorating the living room, but not too busy to be careful. And Bill is especially careful. Notice how he turns in the edge of the axe blade. Phew, getting those branches was a job, but they are needed for decorating. So Bill gets back to work. He wants to trim the branches, but Mother will like it if he doesn't scratch the table. So this paper will be just the thing to protect the furniture. Now Bill is ready to start trimming. His knife stays in his pocket until he's ready. As he opens the knife, do you see how careful Bill is? He knows his sharp jackknife is just as dangerous as Daniel Boone's hunting knife. That's why Bill is careful, and that's why he always cuts away from himself. When he's through trimming, Bill then closes. He is careful to use the palm of his hand to close it, keeping his fingers away from the cutting edge. Then back into Bill's pocket goes the knife. In the meantime, Francis has cut out these animals to use as decorations. Won't they look nice over the curtains? Asked Jane. But the window is too high for Bill's sisters, It's a job for a man, a careful man. Bill knows a stepladder is safer than a chair. But first, the ladder must rest on an even spot on the floor, and using the side brace will help keep the ladder steady. Now, watch a safe way to climb, keeping both hands free to hold on. Francis steadies the ladder as Bill goes up, and Jane hands him the hammer when Bill's ready to work. Don't you think the safe way is the exciting way? While Bill is working on top, both hands are used by Francis to steady the ladder. And notice how Bill is careful not to lean out too far as he finishes the job. Then to put the ladder away down in the cellar. Why is the last cellar step painted white? To tell Bill when he's at the bottom, even though the stairs are well lighted. Do your cellar stairs have enough light? Now to help the girls finish the job in the living room. Uh-oh, what's this? Could Francis have left the toolbox on the stairs? That's dangerous. Watch out, here comes Jane. Ah, see why leaving things on the steps is dangerous? Jane might have tripped and had a nasty fall. The toolbox must be put away in a safer place. Yes, Frances was careless, and she is really sorry when Bill reminds her how bad it can be to leave things on steps. From now on, Frances will put everything away properly. And now Bill and Frances and Jane are almost finished with the party decorations. But here's Dad, who has been doing his share of the work for the party. What has he brought for them? Something for the party? A surprise? Yes, Dad's brought some extra fancy party trimmings. More crepe paper and electric candle lamps. The girls are pleased, and so is Dad. Why? Because electric lamps are much safer than real wax candles with open flames. Bill agrees that electricity is man's good servant, but it can also shock and burn. Dad says, always be sure the electric wire isn't ragged, worn, or broken, especially near the plug. The rest of the wire should be checked too. Frances and Jane must listen. Now, there's a little safety trick Dad wants to show them. He is going to connect the electric candle lamps. Bill will help Dad. Frances and Jane will watch. First, Dad moves the table away from the wall. It's always easier and safer when you have plenty of room in which to work. After the wire has been checked, Dad begins by putting the wire plug in the wall outlet, carefully. And here's the little safety trick, keeping the wire off the floor by slipping wire holder clips behind the baseboard. This way, no one can trip over the wire, and the wire itself can't be broken while it's in use. When the wire is strung along the baseboard like this, it's neat and it's safe. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, Mother is busy with her share of the work for the party, preparing good things to eat. Now Jane comes to help Mother and see if the cookies are ready for baking. Yes, Mother has just finished cutting them. Here's where Jane learns the safe way to light the gas oven. Using this long taper instead of a match will keep Jane's hand away from the flame. Watch the taper go under the burners. Then Jane sets the heat at the temperature Mother needs to bake the cookies. Now, turn on the gas and the oven is lit. No danger of a gas explosion here. Jane drops the taper in a waste can. Now she removes a hot saucepan cover with a holder, tilting it away from herself so she can't be burned by escaping steam. And see how Mother keeps the pan handle away from the stove front? That's to prevent the saucepan from being tipped off the stove. While Jane hangs up the pot holder, Mother says the oven is ready for baking. The last kitchen job is for Jane, sliding the baking tins into the oven. In go the cookies, but not Jane's hands. Remember, the oven is hot. Almost party time now. Good girl, Frances. Now tidy up your room, please, says Mother. In the bathroom, Mother hangs up towels for the guests. What's that on the lower shelf of the medicine cabinet? Uh-oh, a bottle marked poison. Very dangerous where small children can reach it. The top shelf will be a safer place for that poison bottle. Before the party starts, let's repeat a few safety points. Of course, you'll remember to be careful with a jackknife. But can you answer this? What would you do with a side brace? Why is the bottom cellar step painted white? Why is it dangerous to leave things on stairs? What is there about electric wiring that must be checked? Why? Do you do this before or after turning on the gas? Do you tilt the cover away from you or toward you? Where should you keep a poison bottle? And now Bill, Frances, and Jane are having a whale of a good time with their friends. There have been no accidents to spoil the fun. By doing things safely, Bill, Frances, and Jane have learned that safety begins at home. Yes, safety at home be adventure, and it sure is fun.
Ever since Eve, woman's role has been that of homemaker. The frontier home was in her care, while pioneers went forth to tame the wilderness. Home is in her competent hands today, too, as men keep the wheels turning in the workaday world. And home will be in her capable hands tomorrow, as celestial pioneers chart the frontiers of the future. And as every woman knows, your home is what you make it. The American homemaker has always tried to make her home a better place to live in, but her job wasn't easy. And rinsed by hand, hung her clothes on a line, and then sprinkled them before standing up to the joys of ironing, often with unplanned results. Consider food keeping. When she needed ice, she put a card in the window, then waited for the iceman. Convenience? Well, actually, a convenient place to keep a melting block of ice. Occasionally, she had to remind her husband to empty the pan. The good old days. And dishwashing? That was a 3 times a day chore. take cooking. Old-fashioned wood stoves, with all their nostalgic inconvenience, didn't do much to lighten the homemaker's day. But just as there was adventure in homemaking, so too was there adventure in appliance making. That was true in the good old days, and it's equally true when it comes to the attractive, reliable, and versatile appliances of today. Whether for gentle home laundry care, cooling and comfort conditioning, out of sight, out of mind dishwashing, quick, compact disposal of trash, taste-tempting cooking, or dependable food keeping, today's homemaker has the final word. That's why manufacturers and dealers are concerned that you know how to buy, how to use, and how to get good service for your appliances. You have a distinct advantage over your mothers and grandmothers because you can select appliances that give you more for your money than ever before. When it comes to selecting, of the many makes and models available, which one to buy should be governed by your knowledge of how to buy. Selecting an appliance is based first on the appliance need. Take refrigerators. You should not buy simply because the model is short or tall, wide or thin, looks roomy or appears high style. Rather, you and your husband should consider such factors as the present and future size of your family, the size of your home, the features you need, and of course, what you can afford to pay. Let the salesman know how much kitchen space you have, your shopping habits, and food preferences. He may ask you how often you entertain. Do you shop once a week, twice a week, every day? Do you buy a lot of frozen foods? Do you like to put up frozen foods yourself? If you don't use frozen foods in quantities requiring an individual freezer, then a good-sized freezer section in the refrigerator may fill the bill nicely. How to buy is a question that need not baffle you. Not when you have such on-the-spot help as a consumer buy guide. Here are listed the important features, specifications, and requirements of each appliance. Such shopping aids help you compare brands and models. They help you buy only the product that fills your needs best. Seals of approval by independent testing groups are clearly shown, indicating built-in safety factors. And of course, you want to know about installation, operation, care and cleaning, and how to get the most out of your appliance before you buy. Make sure that you know exactly what protection you're entitled to. Clear, easy-to-read warranties that don't lose and confuse you in fine print let you know at the time you buy just what you're getting. And when service is needed, you want to know where you can get good service by trained people. Today, reputable dealers and franchised service agencies provide such service. In addition, some appliance manufacturers offer a unique telephone information and assistance service. A toll-free call from anywhere in the United States, day or night, brings you information concerning the use and care of your appliance, as well as where to get service if needed. Knowing how to buy and what to buy are what put the right products in your home, the ones that meet your needs best. This is your domain. Here's where you spend important but fewer hours each day. The safekeeping of foods is why you have a refrigerator. Whether fresh foods or foods frozen at the height of freshness, storage convenience is a top factor in selection. Foods filed at your fingertips. A place for everything. And everything in its place. Plenty of storage space. Wide shelves, adjustable, everything lit up. And why worry about defrosting in freezer or refrigerator? True no-frost convenience rates high in deciding what and how to buy. The cooking of food for its best appetite and taste appeal is why you have a range. Yours is the advantage of fast preheat and of balanced heat for roasting and baking. And should you be busy elsewhere, your oven will automatically start and stop so that dinner is ready whenever you wish. All controls are easy to see and set. Safety precautions? It's just common sense to be careful with all appliances. Meanwhile, your laundry is done quickly, economically, and most important, automatically. A choice of cycles gives every washable fabric proper care, including one with an important cool down for permanent press. Your clothes are dried without hurting delicate items, again with special cool down for permanent press, with drying time controlled electronically. Because you knew how to buy, yours is a home laundry center with features that really meet your needs. You rule your domain in cool comfort. Enjoy a bountiful ice supply. Never again need you struggle with stubborn ice trays. Enjoy new adventures in range-top cooking. You know that homemaking is a 7 days a week affair. You may have roast beef today or broiled chicken tomorrow. Small wonder that you appreciate a forgettable oven when it comes to oven cleaning. Just close the door and set the controls. The oven cleans itself automatically. Clean as a whistle results without any drudgery. Say goodbye to drudgery, too, with quick trash disposal. In one compact package. Your food waste is washed quickly down the drain. No drudgery either when it comes to dishes. You can enjoy once-a-day dishwashing, loading dishes as you please, knowing everything will be washed sparkling clean and thoroughly dried. Total washability. Just press a button and the dishes are done. Yours is the confidence born of knowing your appliances, of following your owner's manual, and of understanding how to get service if you need it. Today's homemaker controls the kitchen and the remainder of the home, too. Not the other way around. You are the manager of your home, not its servant. in the space age, the appliance industry will continue its lifelong love affair with you, the American homemaker. There'll be new departures that herald even more exciting adventures in homemaking. New freedom from kitchen chores. New horizons in food preparation and home laundry care. Innovations that will continue to offer more quality, value, safety, and versatility for your appliance dollars. But tomorrow's promises have their roots in today. The world we live in, here, now, where it's at. Your home is what you make it. And the appliance industry, offering products that you can buy with confidence, stands ready to help you make it better, more convenient, more economical, more satisfying than ever before.
It's in the hills and the bright blue sky. It's in the quiet lakes with their soft horizons. It's in the fields of ripened grain. It's in the late afternoon. And the clear early morning. It's in unexpected places with sudden bright surprises. It's combined with texture and pattern, with warmth or coolness. It is found in new things and old. It is color, the harp string of beauty, the keyboard of mood. Heraldry marked man's early use of color. In coats of arms, it symbolized great families. It stood for king and crown and royal splendor. Unfurled against the sky, colorful banners became the symbols of great nations. Through the Dark Ages and the Renaissance, fine artists used color with great skill. But for hundreds of years, color was a scarce commodity in the drab lives of most people, until the alchemists became scientists. And then it happened with a suddenness that rocked the civilized world. Now there is color everywhere, color within the reach of everyone. parking lots reveal the rainbow's hues as the color revolution gains momentum. Practically everything we buy today is available in a range of color choices. Ceramics, radios, luggage, telephones, ranges, bathroom fixtures, countertops, floor coverings, and fabrics. Color to excite the mind, color to delight the taste. And now, of course, the problem is how to get the colors you want, how to create order out of confusion, how to select wall colors that will tie these multi-hued products together to achieve a harmonious, pleasant, and tasteful room. The answer can be found in something creatively and scientifically new: the new colorizer paint system. Let's suppose you're selecting colors for the kitchen in your new home, or that you're redoing your old one. You've decided on the floor covering. You've picked out the range and refrigerator and have chosen them in one of the new colors now available. You've decided on cabinets in a color that matches the appliances. You have samples of the floor tile, color samples of the metal cabinets and appliances, and a color sample of the countertop material. So off you go to the nearest colorizer paint dealer to find just the right paint color that will unify all the color elements and create a delightful and harmonious kitchen. The new colorizer album is full of new features that make it easy to find the colors you want from a collection of 1,322 colors that will blend or harmonize with or complement anything that you own or plan to buy. Down the side of the album, you'll notice several color index tabs. If you're looking for colors in the red family, just flip the album open to the red tab, and there you'll find all the reds grouped on double-page spreads of large, actual paint chips. All the colors are arranged for convenient comparison and selection. The light pastels are at the left, the middle depth colors next, and the deep tone colors in the right-hand columns. The clean, clear tones are at the top. The softer or muted colors develop as you look down the page. The visual arrangement and order of the colors in each color family accord with the way people see color naturally. And you'll notice that each page has a number of gloss chips. They serve to show the difference in color appearance between the same color in flat finish and gloss. Every color in the album is available in all finishes: gloss, semi-gloss, and flat. All outside or inside finishes. It's a simple matter to find just the right paint color to match or harmonize with your samples. That's the one. It harmonizes with all your sample colors and will tie your color elements together into a delightful kitchen. Between every page is a flexible plastic sheet, which prevents the facing color chips from rubbing together and scuffing or marring each other. It also serves as a direction sheet for your paint dealer. An oval window permits him to see your color chip and its number. He reads the formula for making the color right from the sheet. This minimizes the possibility of error. It makes it easy for you to find the color you want and makes it simple for your dealer to supply it right away without special mixing. Any one of the 1,322 colors can be made from just one of 3 base paints. There's a white base for the light or pastel colors, a mid-tone for the middle depth colors, and a deep tone for the darker colors. Then there are 17 fluid colorants in tubes. Most colors are made from 1 or 2 tubes of colorant mixed with one of the base paints. Mixing the colorant into the base paint is so simple, a child can do it. Just press all the colorant from the tubes. The mixing takes less time than to stir up ordinary paint because the colorant is stirred in from the top. There's no hardened sediment on the bottom of the can. The result is a kitchen of breathtaking beauty and lasting good taste. But let's look at some other decorating problems. You're tired of a room and you'd like to redo it, but you need a color scheme. A color harmony plan that will help you select the right draperies and floor covering, the right fabrics, wallpaper, and paint. Back at your Colorizer paint store, you'll find what you're looking for. At the front of the new Colorizer album is a remarkable new color harmony selector. It shows 12 hues in a circle, or every other one of the 24 color spreads in the album. In each hue or sector, there is a light color, a medium grayer color, and a brilliant color. In each sector, the size of the color chip is a guide to the amount of each color that is desirable to use in a room. Light colors or soft grayed colors may be used on large areas. Brilliant colors should be used in smaller amounts as accents. 3 sets of openings expose 3 hues equidistant around the color wheel. The colors in one opening are in harmony with the colors in the other 2 openings and may be used in a room together. However, all the colors should not be used in one room, and not all of them should be paint colors. You might select your carpeting to match the grayed green color. Fabric for draperies could be selected to harmonize with a pastel yellow at the top of the sector, with occasional accents of fabric to match the bright yellow. Paint for the walls could match the mid-tone green. Thus, you would have a color scheme of charm and beauty with balance and good taste. Every color on the Color Harmony Selector has a number from the album. Many variations of these colors may be found by turning to the same number in the album. All the colors surrounding the number will harmonize because they are tints, shades, or tones of the same hue. Thus, the range of color choices from the Color Harmony Selector is almost infinite. In room decoration, there are 3 basic harmonies in general use. One color harmony called monochromatic, where different values and chromas of the same hue are used. Related color harmony, where neighboring colors are used from adjacent sectors of the color wheel. And contrasting color harmony, where colors are used from opposite sectors of the color wheel. Most people begin planning a color harmony around something they already own or plan to buy. Let's assume you have selected a drapery fabric. Let's try creating a monochromatic color scheme designed to enhance the drapery material. First, you turn the plastic disc to the sector which harmonizes with the drapery colors. The Color Harmony Selector locates the monochromatic family of colors in which the fabric belongs. The number of the color family is 6, so turn to the number 6 spread of colors in the album. Because walls are the largest area in a room, let's find a pleasing wall color first. Here's one that brings out the lively golden tones of the fabric, but is soft enough to be used in large wall areas. With the drapery and the wall color selected, choose your carpeting in a pleasing, soft, neutral shade of the same color family, while upholstery fabrics can pick up some of the deeper and more brilliant tones of the drapery. Thus, a refreshingly beautiful room can be created using a monochromatic color scheme. Now let's try a related color scheme designed around another drapery fabric. You've selected a cool, refreshing fabric in blues and greens for a bedroom. Many people don't realize that blues and greens can be used together, but using the color harmony selector and choosing appropriate shades of each color, an unusually pleasing harmony can be achieved. Hold the green color of the fabric next to the sector that matches it in hue. Then, turn the disc through the related color sectors to the one that matches the blues in the material. From the colors in any of these 4 adjacent sectors, we can build a pleasing, related color harmony. Now, let's choose a nice blue for the walls. The color family that matches the drapery blue is number 19. So, turn to the number 19 spread in the album. Here's a crisp, clear blue that harmonizes with the flowers and forms a pleasing contrast with the white background. Select upholstery fabrics and bedspreads in other shades of greens and blues within the range of the 4 related color sectors. A rug in a deeper tone of blue to harmonize with the wall ties the whole scheme together. Now let's see how beautiful they all look together. The wall color, drapery, and carpeting harmonize perfectly. The upholstery fabrics complete the color scheme. Thus is created a delightful, livable bedroom in related color harmony. Oftentimes, we like to keep our carpeting or draperies. Sometimes a couch or chair is in excellent condition, and it would be extravagant to replace it. In such cases, build a color scheme around what you wish to keep. Use the color harmony selector to find the color family in which your furnishings belong. Then, use the other open sectors to find colors that harmonize. Then use the album to extend your color range. So you're well on your way to an exciting color scheme and a successful redecoration. A lovely, livable room, delightfully new, using your same cherished furnishings. In lovely homes and simple dwellings throughout the length and breadth of the land, Colorizer is bringing color order out of confusion. Colorizer plants in every section of the United States and in Canada manufacture Colorizer paints in all finishes. Thousands of Colorizer dealers supply paint in all can sizes, gallons, quarts, pints, and half pints in all finishes, interior and exterior, and in 1,322 colors. Colors to harmonize with, match, or complement your fabrics, wallpaper, floor covering, countertops, and appliances. Paints to beautify your homes and enrich your lives with the bright gaiety or subtle spell of color. At your Colorizer dealers, dial the color harmony of your creative tomorrow. Dial the wonders of the world of color, the harpstring of beauty.
Thanks for coming.
How's Jocko?
We don't know yet. The doctor's optimistic. He hasn't come to yet. He's at X-ray now. Let's go.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Lannon. It isn't quite time for visiting. Only members of the immediate family.
We want to administer to my boy.
Oh, is this your bishop?
No, ma'am. This is my home teacher.
Go ahead.
Mr. Lannon, it'll be a few minutes. Please wait in the waiting room.
I'll call you.
But may I come with you? Well, all right.
Dave, before we go in, I want you to know that in these past few months you've become almost, well, like part of the family. And when my boy was hurt, I thought of you almost the same time I thought of the doctor. I haven't been active, Dave, but you have. And if anyone can ask the Lord for a favor, I figure you can. And we sure do need a favor.
Dear Lord, please help me to help this family and this boy, Jocko. And oh, Father, how grateful I am for the help thou hast given in the past. I was such a reluctant servant that day I was asked to be a home teacher.
I've heard of the home teaching program, but I just
we
don't...
need men like you, Dave, to make it work in our ward. We're calling you to serve as a representative of the bishop and quorum leaders to 5 families, to help these families better understand and enjoy the gospel.
But you're my elders president. How come you're calling me and not the bishop?
Well, you see, Dave, in this program, you'll represent every organization in the ward, and the priesthood quorums are the backbone of it. And furthermore, the heads of your 5 families are members of our quorum.
Well, shouldn't be any rougher than ward teaching, and I've done that.
This is ward teaching as it was always meant to be, Dave, but it's more family-centered than before.
What do you mean?
Let's take the Lannons. They'll be one of your families. You know Rita Lannon.
That quiet, nice-looking woman that always sits alone.
Yes, that's the one. Well, she attends her meetings faithfully and lives the gospel to the best of her ability. But, Dave, she's having a struggle.
What do you mean by that?
It's her husband, John. He's a builder. I think you know him. Well, take a look there. How's that for a row of blanks? Although he's an elder of long standing, this man has never set foot in the chapel, let alone come to any quorum meetings. At least, not since I've been in this ward. And he's never been very receptive to quorum visits either. And worst of all, I'm afraid the children are drifting his way. They're already confused by the disunity in family thinking.
I remember one of them, Ted. He was in my Sunday school class when he was a deacon. I seldom see him out anymore.
He seldom comes. Linda, she's about 15, is pretty loyal to her mother so far. But just last week she left Sunday school early to go joyriding with a boyfriend. Jocko, the youngest, they'll have a time with him, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I've heard about Jocko. He's the terror of my wife's primary class.
That's him. Well, you see, Dave, a family like this offers many challenges. But that's the basis for the home teaching program. Every member of each family that you visit will be a challenge to you. And your job will be to give to each of them a personal challenge. To attend their meetings, to embark on genealogy work, or to prepare themselves to go through the temple.
Man, this sounds like a job for a genius, Carl. I'm just not in that class. Why call me?
Because you have a strong testimony, Dave. And when you accept a job, you always follow it through.
Oh, yes, but...
Dave, the church has invested a lot of time and prayerful thought in this program. You'll receive the proper training, and you'll be provided with the proper tools. And we think we've asked the proper man.
I don't know, Carl.
Hello, honey.
Hi, dear.
Back so soon?
Yep.
What did Carl want?
Oh, he wants me to serve in this new home teaching program.
What's that?
Well, it's like ward teaching, only it covers a lot more territory.
And?
I don't know, Mary. Sounds pretty big.
I've never known you to turn down anything yet, big or little.
Yeah, but it's a lot harder saying no to the bishop.
I see. And Carl's just a good friend and neighbor and president of your quorum.
Oh, he's all that. But I don't have to accept this job, do I? I mean, it's not like a call from the bishop.
No. You don't have to do anything in our church.
How is it you're always right? Not enough spice.
Come on, Jocko.
We'll be late.
I don't want to go to sacrament meeting. I went to Sunday school. You have to go to
Come out or I'll
meeting.
drag it.
Speaking of the Lannons, there they are now.
So that's the family.
Mm-hmm.
Linda, don't. He'll come. I'll say he'll come.
Oh, Linda.
Now, Flick, what you've done.
Well, it serves you right.
No use forcing the kid, Rita. You can't make a mule cross the bridge if you don't want to.
All right, Linda, come on. I guess it's just you and me.
We'll be back for you later.
I don't know. This is the family I'm supposed to get to church and eventually back to the temple.
You're way ahead of yourself.
What do you mean?
One step at a time. Get acquainted with them first. Have you talked to the bishop about your call?
No, that's what I'm going to see him about after the meeting. If I'm late, you go on home. I'll walk.
Okay.
You know I've never turned you down, Bishop. A call from you? Well, that has weight behind it. But Carl Barber asked me to do this, and I don't know, we go bowling together. Bishop, is it the same as a call from you?
Dave, Carl Barber is the president of your quorum of elders. He carries the authority of the priesthood, and you remember what the Lord said? They who receive this priesthood receive me. Carl called you to this job only after consulting the bishopric and receiving our approval.
This sounds like a pretty important assignment, Bishop.
It is important. As a home teacher, you won't be dealing only with statistics or messages or quotas. You'll be dealing with families, with people who have individual problems. You'll be sort of a personal bishop to each one of them. You'll help develop individual testimonies, which will make each family unit stronger.
I'm still not sure I'm qualified for this job, Bishop. I've been ward teaching for years, and in all that time, I doubt that I've helped build anyone's testimony. It's either there or it isn't, and nothing I can do is going to change it.
Come here, Dave. Look out there. Those are our ward members out there. Good people, every one of them. And the Lord loves them. Some of them break the Sabbath. you take his name in vain. But all of us need strengthening in one way or another. Jesus said, "Follow me," and each of us will be judged by the way we follow. Don't you think that bringing the teachings of the Savior into those lives out there will enrich them and you? Dave, who's to say that your ward teaching didn't do more to change people than you ever dreamed?
No, but I came here to bet on Speedy Girl, and that's what I'm going to do. And Dennis, look, this is your first time at the races.
Uh-huh.
So, take a tip from me and put your money on Speedy Girl.
Oh, Speedy Girl? Let me see.
Good evening, Brother
That's number eight.
Binford.
Hello,
Won't you
Sister
come
Lana.
in?
That's no good for me. I already been
And
on
Marty
number 12.
Bristol, I didn't recognize you outside.
Hi, Sister
May I
Lana.
take your coat,
You
please?
betcha.
Thank
How
you.
are the Lannans tonight?
Very fine. They're all in the living room listening to TV.
Sounds like my house.
According to your
How's
sister,
Mary?
Oh, she's
why
doing
did you bet on
wonderfully.
number 12?
She sure enjoys that primary class.
Won't you come in,
Thank you.
John?
Hi, Nana.
This is Brother Binford, my husband, John Landon.
How do you do? I know you by sight and reputation. I hear you're quite a carpenter.
And this is Marty Bristol. Marty, meet my husband.
How do you do, sir? I know Ted and Linda. Hi there, Jocko.
Hi, Jock. Linda?
Won't you sit down, and I'll call Ted.
Thank you.
Ted's in the shower.
Well, he'll be down shortly.
I suppose you're wondering why we're here. The ward teachers have been here before, eh, Jocko?
Yeah.
Well, Marty and I aren't exactly ward teachers. But we'll be coming around every so often, and you'll be doing us a favor to let us know when your favorite TV show comes on.
Every Wednesday.
Make a note of that, will you, Marty?
Wednesday. Uh-huh.
What's that for?
Well, we just want to make sure we don't come over on those nights.
Now, that's mighty thoughtful of you. I bowl on Mondays.
We'll make a note of that.
I suppose you have a message for us.
No, nothing special. Tonight we came mostly to get acquainted.
That's good. I'm about up to here in messages.
Well, maybe you have a message for us.
Huh?
We don't want to waste your time or ours. We've come here in behalf of the bishopric and your quorum president to share the gospel with you. The ward isn't complete without you, Brother Lannon. We need you and your family. We're hoping to serve you if you'll let us know how. Is there any way we can help you?
Well, now, Mr. Benford, we appreciate your calling on us, but as you can see, we're hardly in want.
Well, every family has its problems, and the gospel has answers to those problems.
Maybe you think this family's problem is me, and maybe it is. But we've had war teachers here before. I recognize that look on your face. You're not the first do-gooder that's tried to bring me into the fold. No, Benford, I don't think the church will fall apart without me.
That's true, but in the eyes of the Lord, every member is important, and...
Oh, hi. Hi, Marty.
Hi, Ted.
Sorry I've got to run.
Where are you going, Ted?
Got a date. I'll be home early.
But can't you sit down just for a moment?
Oh, gee, Mom, I'm late now. All right if I take your car, Dad?
Sure. Just bring it back in one piece.
Thanks. We'll see you.
Have a good time, Ted.
Bye, Ted.
Well, I think we better leave, too. Surely is nice to visit with you folks. Good to see you. Brother Lannon?
This sure is a beautiful stereo cabinet.
Well, thank you. John built it, and we're very proud of him.
Well, you should be. Now I know why your work is in such demand.
Yeah, Ted put most of the stereo equipment together.
It came in a kit. He said it was easy.
Yeah, don't let him kid you. There were more parts and fleas in a dog's back.
How about you, Jocko? Did you have a hand in it?
Nah.
Jocko's a history nut. He can't spell Bull Run, but he sure can tell you where and when. All my kids are smart. They'll all amount to something. Not like their old man, just a stupid carpenter.
You can be proud of your profession, Brother Lannon. The Savior was a carpenter.
I heard you prowling around down here. What's the matter?
I couldn't sleep.
That's obvious. Any special reason?
Oh, it's that family. Can't get them off my mind.
What family? Here.
Thank you. The Lannans, the others, Dodds, Farnhams, the rest are all active. They're no trouble. It's easy to help them with their problems. You know, Mary, I took this job thinking I'll do the best I can and let each family do the rest.
That makes sense.
But this family, without active priesthood, without leadership, they can't do much of anything. So I have to do more than my best. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but well, I want them to have what we have. The warmth, the oneness, security, and spirit of the gospel. I never dreamed I'd feel this responsibility for them. It's just...
Oh, Dave, I knew it was right for you to accept this job. You'll be wonderful.
Now, you recall that Paul, in talking to the Corinthians, gave us the true concept of the love of Christ. He spoke in 1 Corinthians chapter 13 this way: "Though I speak with the tongue of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains..."
You know, Jocko, I believe Major Reno took his men and attacked the village from this direction.
Never argue history with this kid, Dave. You can't win.
You know, I think he's right.
Here you go, your turn. Now hang on.
the hill. Oh, I don't know, Carl. You know, the Lannans respond to me as a friend. But except for Rita and Linda, and more recently Jocko, Marty and I can't make any headway where the church is concerned. The minute the conversation turns to religion, Ted remembers some homework he has to do, and John clams up. Okay, honey, come on.
Now listen,
go.
don't bump into Steve. He's slowing down
I'll
there.
catch your brother now.
Hang on!
Away we go! Oh. Our other families are so eager. But in the Lannan home, I don't feel we've done any more than get our foot in the door.
Well, I happen to know, Dave, that you've made more progress with John Lannan in the past few months than the rest of us have ever made. You've made an effort to discover his interests and share them.
It really isn't difficult when you are interested, Carl.
Oh, that's what makes you such a good home teacher, Dave.
Well, where do we go from here?
You go back to them this week, and next week, and next month, and 10 years from now if you have to.
I don't know, Carl. It's pretty discouraging. There. That ought to remind us all what Christmas really means.
Oh, Dave, don't spoil it.
Spoil it?
Turning it into a lecture. I don't want to spend the rest of the evening hearing about angels and dispensations. This is the season to be jolly.
Yeah, but even jollier when you remember what it means.
I'll go put some corn on the pot.
star, Jocko. Hey, good morning.
Oh, here's the
How are the Lannons this morning? John?
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Rita.
Hi, Mary. How are you?
Morning,
Hi,
Linda.
we'll see you after church. Thanks, Deb.
Okay, hon.
Bye.
One of these Sundays, you're going to park this car, John, and join us. It's not such a long walk to the front door.
I can hardly come looking like this, Dave.
Better like that than not at all. Maybe Ted will loan you his razor. Or maybe Ted will join us, too.
Oh, I came to church last Sunday.
Ted's got a girlfriend trying to reform him.
No girl's ever gonna reform me. Mom never reformed you.
So long, Dave. See you later.
Hi, Dave. What do you say? Can't say much.
That's what I like about that saw. Sounds so good when you turn it off.
Ted was telling me about this project. Had to come over and see if you were doing the job right.
Yeah, don't lean too heavy against the wall. The whole shebang might collapse.
Yeah, I'll bet. Say, what are you going to do with all this scrap lumber?
Burn it. Want some?
I sure do. I could use it in my fireplace. Save it for me, and I'll pick it up in my truck. Man, this is going to be a nice-looking snack bar.
There'll be stools along here. That's the best way in the world to feed your kids in a hurry. Don't tell my wife about it, though. She'll want one. I should take a couple weeks off and build her some cabinets.
Why don't you? Rita's a swell girl.
Yeah, she's a good wife. She has to be to put up with me.
You two were married in the temple, weren't you?
Is that what you come to talk about?
Frankly, yes.
Yes, we was married in the temple. I wasn't very enthused about it. My folks hadn't been active. I wanted to marry Rita so much. I managed to live within the rules long enough to get a recommend. After the wedding, I tried for a while to keep the word of wisdom. Went to the meetings for her sake. It was just easier my way.
Are you happy living your way?
Sure. I like my work. Got a good wife and 3 wonderful kids.
But you're not really satisfied, are you?
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder.
You wonder what you're missing?
Don't you ever wonder what you're missing, Dave?
Sunday morning in bed and a can of beer? Now, if that's what I'm missing, I don't care. Because what I'm getting in return is well worth the small investment. An hour against eternity. And in your case, 5 eternities, John.
How do you figure?
You, Rita, Ted.
Okay. You've done your preaching for today.
For today, John.
What would you say if I asked you not to come back? Don't forget to pick up your scrap lumber, Dave.
Okay, John. We'll see you around. And I thought my reward would come in heaven. That character, John Lannon. How did things go at primary today?
Very well, actually. I don't know what's come over Jocko lately. All of a sudden, he can quote the New Testament backwards and forwards. You should see the maps he brought to primary. The Holy Land, all marked with places Jesus visited. Made him himself.
Maybe I can account for part of that. He was complaining about the lessons. Sissy lessons, he called them. I just pointed out that the life of Christ is the life of a great hero, and as much a part of history as the Battle of Gettysburg or Washington crossing the Delaware. Well, he went shooting out of the room. When I went to look for him to say goodbye, I found him curled up on his bed, the Bible in one hand and the atlas in the other. He's got a mind like a sponge. And when he's thirsty for a subject, watch out.
It's amazing what you've done with that boy. Oh, he's still squirmy and exuberant as ever. But he's part of the class now. He comes because he wants to, not because someone insists.
If I could just reach John, I know I could reach Ted. He models his life after his father, like any boy.
I think you've reached him already. Only he's not about to admit it. I'll get it. Hello? Oh, yes. I'll call him. It's John Lannon. Sounds like he's upset.
Yes, John? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yes, of course. I'll be right there, John.
What is it?
Oh, it's Jocko. He's been hurt badly in a sledding accident.
Oh, no.
John wants me to administer to him.
Dave, the first night you came to see us, I told you we didn't need anything. How wrong I was. It's not just the accident, not just Jocko. But little by little, I've begun to realize how badly in need we've been as a family. I'm a proud man, Dave. And I've let my independence stand between me and my Father in heaven. But one night after you left, I asked myself, what does he get out of all this personally? And I couldn't think of a single thing. Even after I'd been rude to you, you and Marty kept coming back. I decided it wasn't what little glory my coming to the church would bring, but that you were really interested in us. Dave, I don't know if I could find it or not. But I want what you've got. I want it. Do you understand?
I understand. John, this has been a two-way street. I became your home teacher reluctantly. I doubted we could do anything to change your way of thinking. But we wanted to share with you the joys of living the gospel and understanding the teachings of the Savior. Before we knew it, you and your family became so important to us that you were never far from our thoughts or our prayers. In the past few months, you've given me so much, John. And now to hear you speak your heart like this has been the most rewarding experience of my life.
You may come in now.